Yeah, this will probably be my loudest voice.
I might speak a little softer.
Influencers have really shifted the name of the game in terms of social media. I mean, you have YouTube, Snapchat, like Instagram, TikTok. There are so many influencers out there and so many people trying to become an influencer. I was talking to one of my cousins one time and she said when she grew up, she wanted to be an influencer. And there's so many interesting facts about influencers. Just a few. 70% of young people trust influencers more than celebrities. Influencer marketing is almost a $10 billion industry. And each of you watching today, you are 5.2 times more likely to buy something if an influencer tells you to. Now, I wish we could be together and I can ask for like a show of hands or something. Would you consider yourself an influencer? See, I believe so incredibly that each of you are a leader and each of you have influence. Each of you, man, you have no idea how a single word, a single moment, a single conversation in your day has a potential to radically alter the course of somebody else's life. Now, if you were someone who said that you weren't an influencer, maybe it's because you're listening to what culture says is an influencer. It's someone who has a ton of followers, who gets paid, who looks a certain way, acts a certain way, and stuff like that. And you're listening to what culture says an influencer is, and you might not fit into that category. See, here's if you look at the definition of an influencer, here's what it is. A person with the ability to influence potential buyers of a product or service by promoting or recommending the items on social media. This is actually really confusing because I'm in the age bracket where I totally grew up with social media, but I can actually remember a time before social media. And this idea of influencers is very confusing because before social media, an influencer was a teacher. They were a coach, a pastor. See, I tend to think that I'm the way that I am today because of people who cared about me and invested in me. People who had incredible influence in my life. And today, for some reason, culture says that influencers are these celebrities or social media personalities. They're TikTokers, Instagrammers, or whatever it is. And it's these people that are believed to be the influencers and are influencing each and every one of us. And I hope today to redefine what an influencer truly is and hopefully get each of you to walk away here knowing and maybe view yourself as an influencer and someone that has the capability of influencing someone else's life. See, if you call yourself a Christian, here's what's true about you. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. See, when I think back on my own life, and times and people that have truly influenced my life the most, I think about Michelle Brown, who believed so much in me and was truly the catalyst for me finally becoming a youth pastor and saying yes and accepting that calling. I believe so deeply that it's because of her influence that I'm here today. But before that, I think back to my friends in college who challenged me to really take my faith seriously and asked me questions and got me to realize that my life could be an offering to God. And I'm here because of their influence too. And before that, I think back to a mentor that I had in college who questioned why I was going into a career in finance when my heart was telling me to go into youth ministry. And before that, I think back to a group of middle schoolers at Hume Lake Christian Camp when I was 18 years old who just really impacted my love for students and made me question, like, maybe this is something that I want to do with my life. All the way back to a moment when a friend of mine invited me to come to church for the first time. So when I think about the influences in my life, who was it that influenced me to be where I am today? You see, sometimes influence is a moment. Sometimes it's a word of encouragement. It's a relationship. You have no idea how one moment can literally alter the course of somebody else's life. If you're watching this today, You are an influencer and you have the potential to radically alter the course of somebody else's life using your influence. So today, use your influence.